What are some of the most effective ways to heal and reparent our inner child, especially when we're carrying emotional wounds, abandonment, fear, or unhealthy relationship patterns from childhood?
One of the most effective ways is to start by building a compassionate dialogue with that younger part of you. Imagine what they needed to hear and give them that reassurance now. Inner child work often involves visualizations, journaling dialogues, and even soothing affirmations. Therapy modalities like inner child work or reparenting techniques can help you identify core wounds, and you then practice giving yourself the safety, love, and boundaries that you may have missed. It's a process of gentle consistency. And while you do this, recognizing that you are safe and capable now, that's where the real shift happens.
Well, thanks. What are some of the reparenting techniques that are effective?
Reparenting can be as practical as creating nurturing routines, like a stable bedtime or healthy meals, as though you're caring for a younger version of yourself. Affirmations are powerful too. Telling yourself the things you needed to hear as a child, like you are safe or you are loved. You can also set healthy boundaries, teaching yourself what is acceptable and not, almost like a parent would. And practicing self soothing, whether through mindfulness, breathing, or comforting rituals, helps you show up as that calm caregiver for yourself.
Okay, that's helpful. Thank you. How do we know when our inner child is feeling triggered?
A lot of the time, you'll notice it in your emotional reactions. If you find yourself feeling disproportionately upset, fearful, or abandoned in a situation that doesn't quite match what's happening, it's often a clue. You might feel small, helpless, or like you're reliving an old pattern. When that happens, it's a chance to pause, check in, and offer yourself the comfort you needed back then.
Can healing the inner child change the way we experience relationships?
Absolutely, it can. When you heal those old wounds, you become less reactive to triggers and more secure in how you relate to others. You're less likely to repeat unhealthy patterns because you're no longer searching for someone else to fill those unmet needs. Instead, you show up with more self trust, and that creates healthier, more balanced connections. In short, you stop seeking a parent in others and instead connect as your whole self.
Yeah, great. How can we learn to give ourselves the love, safety, and reassurance we may not have received as a child? Could you give any more ways to do that?
One way is through daily self affirmations. You remind yourself, even out loud, that you are worthy, loved, and safe. Another is creating a safe space within. When you're feeling triggered, you might visualize a calm, nurturing place where you can comfort yourself. You can also practice self soothing, like deep breathing, journaling your feelings, or even hugging yourself. Over time, these practices build that inner security. Of course, being patient with yourself is a form of love too.
Also, how come inner child healing feels uncomfortable before it starts to feel freeing?
It's because you're bringing old wounds to the surface, and that can feel vulnerable. It's like re experiencing the very feelings we once protected ourselves from: fear, sadness, or abandonment. By sitting with those feelings and giving them care, you release their grip. Discomfort is the emotional growing pains before you feel lighter and freer. Once you've met those needs, you no longer have to carry that heaviness.
Yeah, because those feelings, those uncomfortable feelings within us are really only there because we didn't feel them, because we didn't have the capacity to when they first happened, aren't they?
Exactly. Those feelings got tucked away often when we were too young to process them. So now when they show up, it's actually a chance to give them the attention and space they never had. By feeling them now, with the capacity and wisdom you've got as an adult, you're giving yourself the healing that was missing back then. It's all part of reclaiming your emotional wholeness.
So if we had had the knowledge and wherewithal as kids to feel those feelings at the time, we wouldn't be feeling the discomfort now.
That's right. If we'd had the support, safety, and understanding back then, those emotions would have been processed and integrated. Life isn't always that ideal. The good news is, it's never too late. Feeling them now, consciously with your adult perspective, gives you a chance to resolve them. And in doing that, you're freeing yourself up for a more peaceful present.
Yeah, and it's not really our parents' fault most of the time because they didn't know what they didn't know and they were only doing the best that they could with their set of circumstances.
Exactly. Most of the time, everyone's just doing the best they can with what they know. Releasing blame can be part of the healing too. When we understand that, we can give ourselves what we missed without resentment. And that opens the door to compassion, both for our child and for those who came before us.
All right. Well, hopefully that helps listeners to maybe get a bit of a direction on healing and reparenting their inner child.